What is good? We back again. Week 7 is tomorrow. We got a good show for you guys. We're starting off with the first and one. We're starting off with 3 topics, but the main topic we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. What's going on? I mean, I just look at the wall. Jamie made his first opinion. He said that, hey, he's going to come back. So Jamie has faith in Aaron Rodgers. What you guys think?
Well, here's the thing. Listen, against my Dallas Cowboys, I thought going to Green Bay is supposed to be a hard thing. The Giants showed the blueprint that you can stay up with them and stuff. We went in there and we just demolished them. And Aaron Rodgers doesn't look right. Something's really wrong with him. It could be personal. It could be. I know one thing that the defenses are doing. They're hurting him where he can't use his mobility. Aaron Rodgers' biggest thing is leaving that pocket, so they turn into a pocket quarterback, and receivers are not getting open and stuff like that. It's a mix of a lot of things. I won't say he won't come back. You can't predict that, but I will say it's they have to do it pretty fast. They played a Bears team that looks recharged, look way better, and let's just see. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know if we can really blame it on the O-line in this case for the quarterback situation due to the fact that if you've watched the past 2 weeks when the Green Bay has played the Giants and the Cowboys, Aaron Rodgers has had 5, 6, 7 seconds in the pocket. He's had all day to make doodle art back there and then make his throw. Like Tim said, it is a lot of combinations of a bunch of little things. I think we all kind of overestimated Jordy to come back as normal or as the same old Jordy, and I think he may be having a little issue with that ACL. You don't see as much separation. He does get some strides, but when he does get those opportunities, for some reason he's been dropping the passes. His hands aren't the same this year. He's definitely been dropping some crucial catches and third downs. And Jeff Janis just isn't playing the same as he was expecting. We saw last year his little flashes and big plays that he was making. He just isn't the receiver that they thought he would be. I hope, for his sake, I hope he can bounce back, but I can't pinpoint what his problem is right now due to the fact that he does have the O-line protection, so there's no reason he should really be plummeting this bad. If anything, his numbers should be up due to the fact that his defense is going to keep him in shootouts, and you would figure he'd be the same old Aaron.
Right.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Discount double check, right?
Hey, Rodgers.
Yeah, all right. As someone who's had to, watch him, decimate the Lions for, a good part of the decade, consistently, his only good game was against the Lions. And you know what? Even then, he went flat in the second half. That whole offense went flat in the second half, and if it wasn't for, a timely first down, the Lions were still in the game. And that's a lot to say after you're being down 31-3 that you're still in the game. Do I think he'll turn it around? Yes. In fact, if you look at their schedule, they get Chicago at home, not a great defense. Falcons at home, and even Falcons away, even worse defense.
Right.
The Colts, you saw what the Lions did to them. They get them at home. And then they get Tennessee away. So these next 4 games are games in which I'm not going to say Green Bay will win them all. What I will say is these are 4 games where Aaron Rodgers can, get it in gear. I think the cast of characters there, they have a lot of receivers. Jordy Nelson is supposed to be kind of the alpha dog number 1 receiver. It hasn't quite worked out for that ACL. Randall Cobb is a good slot receiver, but you got Devontae Adams, you got Ty Montgomery, you got Jeff Janis, you got all these other guys who have their moments but aren't consistent. I think they really need a consistent number 2. And out of the tight end position, still, again, not that consistent. They get Jared Cook, they get Richard Rodgers. It's hit and miss. I think another big thing to consider is that you're looking towards to have that running game. Take pressure off your quarterback, open up play action. Get some bootlegs going. They just traded for Niall Davis. I think that was a desperation move because Lacey's hurt. Starks is going to be gone for another month now, so he'll pick it back up. I just don't know if it's going to net wins for Green Bay. We'll say that.
All right, let's move on to the next topic.
Okay. Just one quick last thing, and it was an embarrassment for the Packers to use a wide receiver to play running back. Shame on them for doing that. Shame on them. It's very disrespectful. Okay, how to get that out. Now we're gonna move on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. No Big Ben again. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. The timetable they're seeing after week they basically saying December. Somewhere in December is where they expect him to play. Now, here's my thing. The backup quarterback is Landry Jones. Landry Jones, am I correct? Was he from Oklahoma?
Yes.
Oklahoma, okay. He's only thrown 3 touchdowns in his career, 4 interceptions. I believe was between close to 500 yards. That's it. We're going from a career of Ben Roethlisberger of throwing the rock to Antonio Brown. He has his running game with Le'Veon Bell. He has Martavis Bryant's not here. He's suspended for the year, but we got Coach. You got Eli Rodgers. Good squad. Now, with Landry Jones, defenses are going to stack the run, 8-man in the box, and basically try to force Landry Jones to challenge the one-on-one with their wide receiver in corner. Which I'm going to tell you this right now. The Steelers are in big trouble.
Right,
I can see the Steelers right now 4 games.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely don't like the Steelers' offense with Landry Jones at the helm. I think people underestimate the chemistry that Big Ben has with Antonio Brown. It's not just how good Antonio is. It's just that Ben and Antonio have played so long together, practiced so long together, had so many reps together that they just understand each other. And Ben knows exactly when AB is going to break out of a route. He knows exactly when to get the ball off. Landry doesn't have that expertise or that that little fundamental in part of him. So he will struggle, like you said, in just handing the ball off. That's going to be his biggest success to open up his passing game. But like you said, if they stack the box, they're going to have a real rough time. And it wasn't very promising seeing how they performed against the Dolphins.
I'm going to disagree, actually. I think they're in decent shape. Let's look at their division. Cincinnati is a shell of themselves. Cleveland might not win a game at all this season. They're that bad. And, your main competition is Baltimore. But, Baltimore has their flaws. I think with Big Ben, it's not really a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does, right? Around this time of the year, he gets hurt for 4 to 6 games, and they find themselves still in it. I think if he only misses 4 games, they have a bye coming up soon. So let's say they drop the next 3. They're still in contention for a wild card spot. It's not a strong AFC wild card, field. You just don't want this thing to go longer than 4 weeks, and you don't want him to be hurt any more this season.
Just real quick, I'm going to add that on, Della. If anybody want to know the schedule for the next 4 games, they play the Patriots this Sunday. Then they go to Baltimore. Then they play my Dallas Cowboys. They play at the Browns. And after that is the Colts and the Giants. That's going to be pretty – and that's before the bye week. So that's going to be kind of hard. And they have no defense either. You let JRGG go for 204 yards rushing? Jesus Christ. No good.
All right, let's run it.
No good. Well, now, we got to talk about the New York Giants here. I was fortunate, me and my brother, we went down to the Giants and Ravens game, and I was there lower level on the sidelines watching the players. It was great. Giants had a great win. Without a doubt. That stadium was rocking when Odell Beckham caught that touchdown. I mean, first of all, what was so fun about it was when the refs blew that call. When they blew that call with the pass defense with Mike Wallace at the goal line.
URC, yeah.
Jesus Christ! I took off my cowboy hat and I was like, I'm not gonna get out of here. I'm gonna stay in the stadium till everybody bounces because people was cursing. I was packed, and my brother, I'm like, yo, put the jacket on because you got a Baltimore Ravens jersey. Stop it, man. Put it on. But then when Odell scored that touchdown, oh my God, it was like if they ever hit the lotto or something. It was a great game. The only problem I had was this: we have Terrell Owens. His is basically T.O. Chad Johnson is Ocho Cinco. Superman could be Clark Kent and Superman. Now we have the new diva. We have Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ. And OBJ came out at the last minute when he took off his helmet. He ran to the sideline, ignored everybody. He was screaming out, "Find me, find me, find me." Went to the net, proposed to the net. He did his thing. Now, don't get me wrong. And here's the thing. Will he hurt his team? Yes. Now, personally, if I said I would have want him on my team because we had some of the worst characters in Cowboy history. And I loved it. It's what you can handle. But I think going forward, from the issues they had between him and Eli Manning and whatever's going on between how they feel about his character, this is a problem. This will be a problem.
I don't know where you got the whole find me thing that he was screaming.
I saw it to you. I got on video. I saw it to you right after the show. I saw it right to you.
Are you reading lips or did you actually get confirmation?
Actually, he was doing this.
Hey, we gotta move on, guys. It's one time. Let's go.
Find me.
Anyways, yes, obviously it will be a problem if he keeps up the end zone celebrations like that. He has to learn to compose himself a little bit better, but he's learning. He's learning. I'm not worried about him. He'll get it all together. I'm far from worried about Odell.
I'm not worried about Odell because Odell is just like any other professional athlete. The same passion that he had when he was crying on the sideline is the exact same passion that he had when he caught that touchdown that was the game winner. That's what it is, and that's anybody. You can name anyone in this game who is a little more on the flamboyant side, and I'll say the same thing about him. When things are going bad, you see, ask Richard Sherman. When things are going bad, you see it on Richard Sherman's face. When things are going good, you see it on his face.
I'm glad you said that, Della. Sean.
Yes.
So, this is your Seattle Seahawks team. I'm so happy you said that, Della, and I want to reiterate. Do you know what do you know what I love? First of all, and shame on the media. We all know media try to blow a lot of things up out of proportion. But what I love was somebody had the goodness of their heart to show what happened with Richard Sherman and the Seahawks. And what I love, man, was that not only did they show this Richard Sherman get in the face of Cam Chancellor, but I love the response from the leadership, how they rallied around Richard Sherman, and they was doing their rah-rah to get his basically his character back in the game. And that's the difference between anybody could go off. We all seen that. Everybody can go off and go nuts and just go crazy and maybe cost you the game. But it takes leadership to everybody surround that one dude and say, hey, listen, we got a game to win. That's the issue the Giants don't have. They do not have leadership. Eli, listen, and we call it spade a spade. If Odell Beckham Jr. was doing what he was doing, when Michael Strahan was there, Jesse Armstead, we go with Tuck, you go with Charles Wade, you go with all the leadership they had there, guarantee he'd be fine. Who was there to tell Odell anything? Nobody. Nobody. Not even McAdoo himself. So that's the problem. That's the difference between the Seahawks and Sherman and Odell.
And that's a good point. And we have to wrap it up to the next down. We'll be right back, guys.